bloody cold this morning. I'm down in Melbourne, near Victoria, Australia, for those who don't know. And it's fucking cold this time of year. Like, we're talking like 1 degree, minus even out there. There's snow and shit and ice on everything. Anyway, enough of my gripes. This is the Mind Blown second episode, and we're going to start off with something that's going to really blow your mind. A fucking decent politician who's actually a good human. Who would have thunk it? Let's put our hands together for Craig Kelly.
Banning these things.
This is Professor Clancy who said, on the matter of hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin, Craig Kelly has been right. He said, I'm an immunologist, I'm an expert, and I believe my opinions need some clear air. Now, Dr. Alessandro Santon is a practicing oncologist and scientist. He runs a large laboratory from Yale. He has said, quote, the bottom line is that ivermectin works. Points. Craig, you've only ever been quoting the experts, international experts.
Alan, this is a tragedy. In Australia here, we've lost hundreds of people that could have been saved. Around the world, it's in the hundreds of thousands because this drug has been politicised by these second-rate bureaucrats. We could go here all night about all the doctors that are using hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin around the world and having great success. The studies are overwhelming. You've just got, I said we could go all night out looking at the evidence. But this is the problem now. Even in Queensland today, if a doctor decides that he's looked at the studies, looked at the evidence and thinks I can use hydroxychloroquine to save a person's life, we've got the person that's going to be the next governor of Queensland has criminalised that activity that would send that doctor to jail. It is just an outrage, Alan, how these bureaucrats have got everything wrong time after time after time. They've got the lockdowns wrong. This has to stop. We've got to go back and look at the science, look at the evidence. We should have a complete clean out of all these medical bureaucrats, both at the state and federal level, and put people in there that know what they are doing.
Good on you, Craig.
Now, let's see if Facebook slap a bloody COVID warning on this or some sort of fucking thing, like, misinformation spreading, even though that was an elected Australian official, government official elected. Let's see what happens, okay? Facebook, I fucking dare you. Push the hypocrisy just that little step further. Go on, Zuckerberg. I spoke to Zuckerberg once. He's a fucking weirdo. Yep, that's right. Weirdo. He's got that look about him, he is the way you think he would be by the way he looks. So, yeah. So, here at the Fake News, we think Craig Kelly is okay for a politician. Yep, that's our best endorsement for politicians. Okay for a politician. Mind you, he's still a dick because he doesn't recognise the whole thing as a government fraud. He just thinks it's a government mistake. We blundered, we got everything wrong. Yeah, fucking my ass. But still, he's the best out of a bad lot, so we should do something for him. Maybe we won't tar and feather that one. We'll let him just go. That's what I think. Okay, so you want your mind blown for real? Here you go. Let's continue on with the old world Earth and its purpose.
The remains of the grid today are so evident. You can sit and relax to the soothing sound of water falling over the turreted regal Derwent Reservoir, which connects the entire region for its branching rivers and canals. You can stroll around shopping inside of old power stations and at old pumping stations. And in every area of the region, there are wonders waiting to be discovered.
No more war pigs have the power, and the God has struck the hour.
Not only in the larger towns do we find old fountains that once provided the living waters, but also in the remote villages. Tucked away, we find an old dry fountain. Look, the Lord's gift, a bittersweet joy to behold. The citizens of the old world unlocked the power of electromagnetic water by studying the stars above in the firmament. The stars above taught them that the key to manipulating the ethereal energy they harnessed from the ionosphere was through water, sound waves, vibration, and frequency. They honored this gift by constructing domes, by crafting star cities, cymatic magnetrons, and praising the Lord and Holy Spirit for the living waters they received in return. They understood the firmament as both scientists and disciples. Viewer, I am hoping the picture is starting to become clearer in your mind, and you will inevitably start to see things in a different light. when pondering all of these impossible structures. It is not a coincidence that some structures like the Colosseum are also referred to as amphitheaters. Have you seen them from above? They look like speakers. Amphitheater is an interesting word. An amp is a unit of electric current, and an amplifier is a device that increases signal, especially microwaves and audio. And no doubt you will start to put two and two together in terms of some of the inventions that we were allowed to play around with before they were discarded as antique in their efficiency.
What do you think? It's all starting to fall into place yet? Got more. Yep, we got some more. Yeah, this is really full on shit, isn't it? And guess what? It only works on a flat world. If it was spherical, this wouldn't work. So that goes that argument. So yeah, I was right. Hey, flat Earth. Oh, this boy can't be stopped.
We find entire statues, arches, domes, and roofing made from a distinctive blue copper. Furthermore, the limestone, granite, and dolomite stone is mixed with crystal silicon, or quartz. Quartz has strong electric potential. The colonnades and arches we see everywhere were at once integral components to the overall electromagnetic infrastructure, while also constructed in geometric forms that mirror the flow of electromagnetic energy, such as coil loops, horseshoe magnetic fields, and toroidal vortexes. As with everything else constructed in the old world, they were both functional and crafted as a homage to that function. A lot of ethereal energy was stored in structures constructed from red bricks and concrete. Red bricks and concrete are excellent conductors of electricity. They operated as huge capacitors or batteries. According to new research, red bricks can be converted into energy storage units that can be charged to hold electricity, like a battery, and can store energy until required for powering devices. The key to this battery-like function, inherent within red brick, is the iron oxide. The development and use of red brick is so important, and we will be returning to this subject much later in our journey. The really big red brick power stations and batteries were designated and recognizable by their white stripes, such as St Pancras Railway Station in London, and many other famous structures. We still carry this red and white stripe designation of power stations today, and it is also an indicator for the magnet. Some were constructed of blue, black, and brown with white stripes. Towers, obelisks, and small clock towers functioned as the intermediate capacitors or batteries to store, distribute, and provide energy throughout the grid. The entire flat realm Earth was connected as one whole grid, a complex interconnected system of free energy production, distribution, and consumption. And this entire grid was destabilized and deactivated somewhere between the 17th and 19th century. Power grids like this do not function on a spherical mass. Our historical ancestors knew that the Earth they walked upon was flat. This type of futuristic technological advancement is the result of a civilization knowing exactly what type of Earth they lived upon. They were not subject to the same satanic deceptions and abuses as we are. They were not raised believing they existed on a lonely, globular rock spinning in the vacuum of space. The true, ethereal, electromagnetic properties of the Earth were not hidden from them. They knew there was a domed firmament above their heads. They studied it, they imitated its properties, and understood its central relationship with the entire ethereal existence of electromagnetism. They revered the magnificence of its craft, and showed utmost gratitude to the Source, to God, and the ethereal Holy Spirit for giving them everything they needed. Look. Domes.
find that strange that they actually use religion to repurpose all these buildings, all these like temples and cathedrals and shit like that. And yeah, sold us this whole lie of like different religions in the world, and that's just bullshit. They were just different fucking signs for power generators, and different. It was all linked. It was all one. We knew what was going on. It's all a massive lie. Can't you see it now? Can you see it? Can you fucking see it? God damn, I hope so. The Bible make a lot more sense too when you think about it. All these like old passages and that, and like the Mercury, fucking all the references. They were formulas, mathematical formulas, and fucking and moral codes. That's what it was. It's fucking brilliant. Fucking brilliant, don't you think? Hello, it's me, the notorious Conor McGregor. I just got one thing to say to you, lot. Show me the fucking money. Show me the fucking money. That's all I give a fuck about. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to kick Poirier's ass, and then I'm going to fucking go home, and I'm going to fucking have a shower with all my fucking money. What you're saying is, we inherited all these old structures and the technology to fucking give the whole world energy, and we broke it on purpose. Pfft, piss off, you flog. You got nothing.